Hello, hello, and welcome back as we mourn the tragic loss of the many Brazilian men and women who were foolish enough to trust us with protecting their lives in Perfidious Pete plays XCOM: The Long War. Yes, our last mission was anything but stellar. The aliens launched a late-month terror mission in Manaus, Brazil that pretty much cemented their grip on the entirety of the South American continent. We did, of course, send a team out to stop that assault, but like Rob and Fab apologizing for lip-syncing in Milli Vanilli, it was far too little, far too late. The streets were already red with rivers of blood and flooded with zombies, and the Best New Artist Grammy had already been revoked. But, you know, it's never too late to stage a comeback, for us at least. I mean, we can always conduct a base assault to reclaim Brazil once we build the skeleton key. Milli Vanilli, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure one of those guys is dead, so a comeback album seems far less likely in that instance. Then again, I guess the dead guy didn't really sing on the first album either, so I suppose it's not out of the question they might still release a comeback album, who knows. But, I digress. Also, I've probably dropped enough references to a band no one has given a flying shit about in 25 years, so we should probably, at this point, head on up to Mission Control and see if we can start scanning and maybe make sure that our comeback, at least, still has a chance.
Contact detected.
Good old Buck Rogers back in active duty, which is good because we get a small UFO high over Africa. This is a fighter. I really wish we had a laser cannon. On the plus side, while we don't have a laser cannon, we do have pretty much our entire complement of pilots here ready to roll. We got Flight Officer Scorpion Obi. And still, I don't understand the logistics of a belt made of scorpions. It just seems like a terrible idea. But we are going to see how well he can do flying, so let's chuck him into the fray. See if maybe he can get a hit or two on this fighter before we're forced to bug out.
We have eyes on the bandit.
I don't expect him to down a fighter in one single pass. Fighters are pretty damn durable. Starting things off solid with a hit. 2 hits. Obi's looking good. Alright, time to get the hell out of there, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know you're brave and that you think you can down Darth Vader all by your little lonesome self, and that if he strikes you down, you'll only come back more powerful than we could ever imagine, but let's not take the chance on that one. Let's just have you make sure to come back, and then we don't have to worry about your power levels. Although your power levels didn't exactly increase with that intercept, because you didn't get a kill, so no bonus to hit. Let's hope your buddy here can do a little bit better job. Target should be somewhat tenderized. We got a couple whacks in with the mallet early. That was fantastic. We didn't even get a single hit.
Contact detected.
Alright, cowboy up 'em. It's time to cowboy up here. I really don't want to have to send every single fighter in the barn after this one freaking UFO. It is high, though, and we have no idea what it's up to, and I can't risk having it shoot down a satellite, so somebody's got to do something in the very near future here. 4 hits. We got the explosion rays. 5 hits. 6 hits. There we go. Alright, so cowboy up 'em, finally cowboying up for once. Thank God, it's about time. I was wondering if the guy even knew how to ride a fucking horse or not, or knew which end of a cow the food went in and the shit came out of at this point. Finally, though, proven himself to be not a complete and total loss. That's good. So, got a small UFO down. Let's get a team together. And considering this is a small UFO, I think this may be an opportunity for a few of our newly recruited rookies to maybe cut their teeth on this one. They've been down in the barracks shrieking and crying a lot, and I have to assume they're cutting teeth. They've been, you know, I've been putting their nooks in the freezer to kind of ice them down. That really does help. It does kind of numb the gums, and you'd be surprised how effective it is, but still, nobody wants to be around a baby cutting teeth, and the rest of our more experienced troopers are getting a little irritated, so I think it might be best if we could get a few of them out into the action, if only for the peace of mind of some of our veterans here. Who do we want to take on this mission? We should probably take a medic if we're going to be taking a bunch of rookies, and I'd like to have at least one gunner and assault. I think we'll take, well, let's take Margaret Thatcher. Good old Maggie T. First off, we're going to make items available here. Not that Margaret Thatcher has anything we're really going to miss, but do we want to stay mobility, or do we want to go long-range fire support? I think we'll go long-range support here for the Magster. We're going to give her a scope laser sight combo then. We'll get a sniper on the team as well. That's going to be FDR for us. Mr. Wheelchair himself, Franklin Wheels Roosevelt here, will be wheeling and dealing, hopefully wheeling and dealing some death to our foes. Attack armor, sniper rifle, scope, laser sight. Looks good for Franklin. This might not be a bad mission, actually, to get Edgar Allan Poe in on either. Edgar Allan Poe is kind of low rank. Louis Pasteur Tomogozin would be also... Tomoe Gozen, I think it is, actually, rather. would both be additionally fine inclusions. We got a couple medics. We could go with Ernie Shackleton, who's got to be close to a level. I have to assume Elvis is pretty close to a level, although Ernie, despite not being quite as quick or quite as hardy, I mean, nobody could keep Elvis down. That guy did more and better drugs than anyone since Keith Richards, but I digress. Ernest Shackleton is not quite as fast on his feet or quite as healthy, but he's a considerably better shot than Elvis, probably because he doesn't have the DTs. The shaking of the hands, of course, one notable side effect. We'll think on that while we outfit Poe, because Edgar Allan Poe is absolutely going on this mission. Poe actually has a pretty solid aim score. He's a good little trooper for us. We have no complaints about what Edgar has been bringing to the table of late. Laser rifle, scope, laser sight. Actually, that looks pretty good, Eddie. Looking strong, baby. Looking deadly. I know you're going to go avenge the long-lost Lenore on this one. I have to assume that the aliens killed Edgar Allan Poe's love. That's why he joined the project. He's out there looking for a little bit of revenge for the long-lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore. Except that we keep saying her name, and it's in fact Lenore, and it gets repeated like 70 times throughout that poem, so make of that what you will. Do we want to go assault medic, or would we rather go medic, engineer, and then 2 rookies? Or do we just go without a medic and take 2 rookies and give them med kits? That's our other option, really. I sort of like that, actually. So let's get an assault trooper then. Let's go that route. So we're going to grab Lance Corporal Teddy Roosevelt here. Old Rough Rider Teddy, locked, loaded, ready to go. Actually, Teddy is ready to go. Looking solid there, Mr. Roosevelt. Let's grab an engineer then for a little cover destruction. I'm thinking probably Louis Pasteur is the right man for the job here. Louis has a shotgun because his aim has... Well, let's just say he's not fantastic. He's going to have trouble hitting anything with the shotgun. He's not exactly a deadeye. I mean, he's no fucking Helen Keller. Shotgun, pistol, battle scanner, flashbangs. As an engineer, why is he carrying battle scanners and flashbangs? We should probably change that. Why can't I give him just a regular grenade? There we go, HE grenades. This is what we want. This is what we need, Pasteur. We need you chucking those grenades, although, frankly, some of your grenades are going to be a little less than impressive given the fact that you don't have Sapper yet. Now, you got to get to Lance Corporal at some point, I suppose. Now's as good a time as any. Rookies. Who looks good? I think Hoekstra has been on a mission before. I'm almost positive Ferreira has been on a mission as well. Jan Sandberg may have been on a mission before. Sandberg, apart from having a really low health, is not a terrible pick. Are you the new candidates, like, really awesome? Did we pick up anybody? Whoa, Dolly Ross. Hello, Dolly. Oh, yeah, you're going on this mission, Dolly Ross. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you are, Dolly. Hello, Dolly, indeed. So, tack armor, since she's a rookie. Laser rifle, that pistol's probably fine. We're going to give her a battle scanner and a laser sight. With the laser rifle and the laser sight, she actually should be able to do not only some reasonable damage for us, but should have a reasonable chance also of connecting with her target, too. That's got old Dolly taken care of. You know, I think we might take Ferreira here, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, this guy's been on a mission before, so we should have no trouble getting him a level either. Laser rifle, battle scanner. You know, the med kit is not a terrible idea. Let's stick with that. I actually quite like... We could double... No, let's not. If we're going to double up on medkits, we're definitely not going to put them on the same unit. So let's go medkit, laser sight, laser rifle. Do we want to give Ross a medkit rather than a battle scanner? How many other battle scanners? Nah, that only leaves us 2. I want both of those battle scanners. I think a battle scanner is probably going to be far more useful than 1 extra medkit. We're already sort of gambling that nobody's going to get shot anyway since we didn't bring a medic. And if we're going to gamble, we might as well just fucking go all in. If nothing else, it's going to make the tournament take way less time than if we sit here piddly-paddling, limping in on every single hand. Just go all in, have some balls, and then, you know, you can lose and go to the snack bar, grab a sandwich, and then go to the bar, regular bar, and get fucking shit-faced because you lost all your cash. That's basically my Vegas plan right there. Lose a lot of money, eat, drink, and then go home and weep. And try and dodge your bank account manager for the next, you know, bank manager hunting you down for the next 6.5 months.
Big Sky has reached the outer marker.
Yeah, Big Sky may be at the outer marker, but we're at the inner marker where there appears to be a crashed UFO.
Strike 1 is free to engage hostile targets at the crash site.
So this is our sort of standard deployment zone, is it not? Yeah, it is. All right, well, we know how to approach this then. Teddy, why don't you head out here and take a nice little look-see for us? Ted does not have a battle scanner, so this is going to be a bodily scout. Margaret Thatcher. We've got Maggie T set up to be long-range gunnery. If I could put her there into full cover, I absolutely would. But that long of a move into half cover,
Yes, sir.
not a fantastic idea. Or did we give... Wait a minute. Does she have a saw? Maggie might have a... You don't have a saw, do you, Maggie? Oh, shit. Alright, Eddie.
Moving out.
You head up there to Eulaloom and take cover for Rira. Grab some cover for you as well. Oh, we'll be back to you and Ed and old Teddy Roosevelt. Jesus, come on, give me some unselected guys here. Hey, we got the Roosevelt twins on this one. I didn't notice it. Roosevelt powers, activate!
On the move.
Theodore and Franklin combining. Sorry, I interrupted myself there because I was trying to figure out which one of them was going to turn into a bucket of water and then which one of them got to be the cool thing like a fucking giant eagle. I got to assume that Teddy would be the giant eagle and Franklin is like, form of a bucket of soup.
Moving to Overwatch.
Form of a mustache strainer. Teddy Roosevelt's like, form of a zombie Tyrannosaurus Rex. Alright, so we got Skipper scampering from over in this direction. Sounds like sectoids, possibly thin men. It's sectoids. So we're going to have the Roosevelt kind of stay where he's at then. We'll have him stand his ground. Louis Pasteur would not be a bad unit to investigate that sound. Let's send Louis forward. He does have a shotgun. Didn't find anything, however. Franklin, you got a... Yeah, FDR does have a battle scanner.
Rolling.
Don't necessarily like having to throw the battle scanner with Roosevelt, but our rookie is pretty badly positioned, so let's get this out here. I'm going to try and throw it up onto the top of this ridge so we can maximize our visibility cone with it. There we go. Alright, so definitely one sectoid. Man, those guys are really far away. If only Mitch Hedberg were here, he could say something clever like, that tree is far away. Also, FDR, you are a fucking bitter disappointment, sir, in that you do not have a shot at that guy. You're making me a little bit salty, Frank. A little bit salty. On the plus side, you can see it from there, and now you can study your weapons. So while we can't activate them this turn, we should have a pretty good chance at popping them on our next turn, assuming they don't run back into the fog of war.
Roger that. Scanning.
Margaret Thatcher actually could theoretically get a shot if she could see him, but she can't, so we're just going to have her double time it. Maggie T. I think we gave her an auto laser. That does not look like... No, it's clearly the Gatling laser because she had squat sight. I'm an idiot.
On the move.
Dolly Ross. You know, you could probably double move, Ross. There you go. Louis Pasteur, you're probably good right where you're at. Eddie, we may need some potastic killing here, so why don't you head on up there, do a little hop frogging, if you will. There's going to be so many oblique literary references when Edgar Allan Poe is around. Also, if you have not read Hop Frog, do yourself a favor and read it. It's possibly one of Poe's greatest short stories. And I mean that sincerely. It's fucking awesome. So, Maggie T here. Flank shot. We're taking it. This should definitely generate a kill. You missed a 91% hit there, Thatcher. The fuck, ma'am? Man, our troopers lately, I'm telling you, they're just refusing to cooperate. That guy got out of line of sight as well. Fantastic. Which means no shots at all. Margaret Thatcher, I'm very disappointed in you, young lady. Very disappointed in you, young lady. Alright, so we could probably get a shot at this guy if we were willing to run and gun, but I don't really feel like getting clever girled here, so we're going to play it a little more cautious. I don't want to have to say clever girl in a British accent while one of my troopers gets blasted into chunks of haggis, so we're just going to play it cautious.
I'm on the move.
Tight advance there for Dolly Ross. We'll drop her into Overwatch. The Ruse, you do have low profile, so really you're... I was going to say you're in a good spot, but that's complete trash and a lie. You're not in a good spot at all. You can't see anything. There is a case to be made for putting the Ruse on Overwatch there, but I'm not going to. If Edgar Allan Poe can see anyone from this position... that's a flank shot. I was going to say, if he can see anyone from this position, we may just have him fall back, but he's got an 88% flank. This is probably worth taking. Poe can't not kill this guy, assuming it hits, which it did. Edgar Allan Poe showing Margaret Thatcher how the fuck to get some shit done. I hope you brought your notepad, Thatcher. You better be taking notes. Which is why you would have brought a notepad, I guess. Whatever. Shut up, Thatcher. You're the one at fault here. Stop criticizing my not necessarily entirely witty jibes. You'll be picking on me. You're the one who's failing. That's not unexpected, but it was only 2 damage, so Poe took it all on his armor. Edgar Allan Poe does not have a fantastic defense score, so he's going to be drawing a lot of this aggression. Taking another shot at Poe. Yep. Lucky miss there. So Eddie has been struck, but he's holding strong because he hasn't actually suffered a wound yet. We do have a meld canister over there, which I would very much like to get my hands on. Let's start things off with Margaret Thatcher here and see if she can do a little fucking better than the embarrassment she put out last time. Also, that guy on Overwatch is a little bit of a problem. Alright, Margaret Thatcher redeeming herself at least slightly. Still not entirely pleased with you, Thatcher. 71% for Roosevelt, and that's after he studied his weapon, but it is a kill. So FDR, not the sharpest eyesight, apparently, but once he does finally get to vision on the enemy, he is solid in his performance. This is not good. Double 43s. This actually, if we double up on this, is not an unreasonable chance of scoring a single hit. Thanks for making me look like an asshole, statistics. I always appreciate it. That's basically what math has done for me in 10 out of 10 instances throughout the course of my life. Pasteur, you got a lot of health, buddy, and I don't like to ask this of you, but somebody's got to run this Overwatch, friend, and that somebody is you. Very lucky. Alright, so the Overwatch is out. This sectoid is definitely dead, and I would have brought a scout on this mission, but I'd like to point out we actually didn't. Yeah, hunker down. That's what you need to do there, Pasteur. Okay. Never mind, Louis. Just forget that I said anything. Forget that I mentioned or even attempted to praise you, actually, because clearly you are not worthy of that praise. Rookie has nothing. That just leaves us Roosevelt, Pasteur, and the rookie Ferreira here. Alright, rookie. Let's see what you're made of. This is gonna... You have a terrible shot, sir. Well, why don't you go ahead and study that weapon for us, then. And we'll see if Teddy or the Roosevelt can maybe... He probably can't do anything. I was gonna say we could see what he could do with a run and gun, but if we run and gun him, the only thing we might consider having him actually do is throw a flashbang. And that's not gonna work. So, let's take a look and see if we can locate that meld canister, and if so... how far into the jaws of death it is, and the answer is pretty much the whole fucking way. I don't... Yeah, it was worth a shot. Alright, so it's just Overwatch then for Roosevelt.
Got my eyes on it.
Pasteur? I honestly have no idea what I want to do with you. I think I'll just move you forward into this corner cover and see if maybe we can get this guy to shoot at you instead of Edgar Allan Poe, who's already wounded. Ross can't see the enemy. We should probably just put her on Overwatch, I suppose. Actually, I was going to say with steady or weapon would have been the better call, but that's not true in this instance. Steadying the weapon would have been all but useless. That guy fell back and went on Overwatch. We know precisely what that guy has done. And we have the answer to his tactic right here with Louis Pasteur. Louis is going to go up and over, and he's going to drop a nice little grenade on our fellow friend here. I have to assume he's probably right here in this corner cover. See if we can get him from Lou. Come on, Lou. Pasteur with nothing, huh? Alright, so we're going to move Poe to full cover then. He's going to reload. That little bastard's going to be on Overwatch. That's the one thing we know for sure. He's going to be on Overwatch. And our rookie's going to find out whether or not we've got a safe approach to this meld canister. I want that meld.
Let's have a peek.
And unless this place is just crawling with aliens, I'm going to go get it. Is it crawling with aliens, or is that... Actually, it looks clear. There, well, we've got outsiders. I don't know if we approach it from this direction, though. Are you an outsider, or are you just something on fire? You're just something on fire. Alright, Roosevelt, if you can get there, I'm going to have you make this run with run and gun. You cannot get there even at a double dash. But let's play a little more cautiously and have you dash over there. If you pop a pod, you're probably dead, by the way, Roosevelt, so, you know, maybe consider not doing that. FDR is in a terrible spot. We have no vision on this last sectoid. The little bastard's creeping us. The aliens using our favorite tactic of Overwatch creeping against us. How dare they? We're getting hoisted on our own petard here, and I gotta say, I, for one, do not like it even a little bit. Not even a little, not even at all.
Roger.
I'm going full-on cat from 10 Things I Hate About You. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Not even a little. Not even at all. Alright, so Roosevelt still has to run and gun to get there, but we got to get it this turn or we're not going to get it at all, so we are running and gunning for the meld, For the meld! Meld secured.
Got the goods.
Excellent. Only 12 in that canister. It's going to be Overwatch.
Get some.
Who do we want to have run the Overwatch? Really, the answer to that question is no one, but I have to assume this little bastard is over there on Overwatch somewhere. FDR, once again, is going to steady his weapon. And assuming we can find this little shit ever, we will eventually get a shot at him with Franklin Roosevelt. We need somebody to go up high. That's terrible pathing, Pasteur. You're begging to get shot on Overwatch. You really are. And I would not have faulted the aliens had they taken a poke at you, because you would have fucking deserved it. Thatcher, you might as well advance. Alright, Dolly. Let's see what you got here, Dolly.
Heading there now.
Mamma mia, it's a Dolly.
Moving to
Little Overwatch then for Dolly. Ferreira, I don't know what your rookie ass is even thinking you might bring to the table, but move you over here and put you on Overwatch. At some point, this sectoid's going to screw his courage to the sticking place, maybe have a shot of whiskey or two, and come running back at us. But until that happens, we got to play this one pretty cautious. I'm concerned if we move there, it's going to activate those outsiders, so I'm not going to move there.
Hostile spotted.
Son of a bitch. We activated the outsider anyway. Fuck me, that sucks. Alright then. Well, Thatcher, you've got a lot of health, or rather, some health. Not enough health that anything we do is likely to get you killed. Let's run you to this corner cover and see if we can get vision on the sectoid who got away. I'm still blaming that on FDR, by the way. Just so you know, FDR, I'm still fully cognizant of the fact that I'm pinning that one entirely on you, sir. There's our little friend. Can you hit him this time? Nope. Too far away. Alright, well, we're in a tough spot. Louis Pasteur's probably going to have to fall back. That is nowhere for Louis to even consider remaining for any length of time. That is, frankly, a bad shot. Pasteur's probably going to have to fall back. Eddie, what can you do for us? Not much.
Yes, Commander.
We're gonna bring Poe around over here, put him on Overwatch.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
You know, I think we might be... Yeah, I don't like doing this, but I'm going to do it. We're going to hunker down. Roosevelt, you are completely and totally in a absolute worthless position, sir. You would have difficulty finding a way to make yourself less useful. Honestly. I mean, it would be a challenge for you to find a way.
Double time.
Let's see if we can get maybe kind of a pincher maneuver. Pasteur's got to fall back. He's either going to get flanked by a sectoid or an outsider, which we would prefer to avoid if possible. And so here comes our little sectoid friend. He's going to take a poke at our rookie, which is kind of what I was hoping he would do. Wouldn't really have cared even if Johnny Redshirt there had taken one in the face. Would not have been the worst outcome. Alright, what are you doing here? Wow, that was a very, very lucky miss for FDR. Very, very lucky, but that's going to be a disastrous turn of events for our outsider friend there. That guy's going to get killed. Roosevelt has shots, 71%. If you can kill that guy, I'd appreciate it, Rose. Ready? Franklin? Alright, so Roosevelt finally domes our recalcitrant friend and puts him in the ground. I gotta assume between Roosevelt and the rookie, this guy's gonna be easily taken down. We're gonna get a flank shot with the rook, for sure. So, rookie, go flank for flank here. 8 damage critical, nice shot from the rookie, and that means it should just be up to old Teddy, the Rough Rider himself, to come in and give this fellow quite a rough time. Wouldn't be the first fellow Teddy Roosevelt gave a rough time. Hoo-ha, am I right? Bully, Teddy! Bully!
All mission objectives
There were
complete.
5 aliens on this mission? I feel like a chump. I really do. I can't believe we had such a difficult time with a 5-alien mission. Wow. I mean, nobody got hurt or anything. And we did have 2 rookies along, dragging us down, but still, we had the aliens outnumbered 7-5. We had the numbers advantage, and still, that one turned out to be considerably harder than I would have anticipated. It's not a good day at XCOM, really. My confidence is at an all-time low.
And they recovered a significant amount of the meld substance.
Significant
for our
amount? We found
research.
1 can, Dr. V.
Excellent work.
1 can. We got 12. Your and my definition of significant, Dr. Valen, very, very, very much different. Alright, so Louis Pasteur got promoted. It's going to be Sapper for the Lou. No doubt in my mind on that one. Edgar Allan Poe, probably going to take Executioner, I think. Steadfast. You know, some people have been encouraging me to take Steadfast, but I just don't think it's worth it. I really don't. Nah, I'm not taking it. Especially since we probably eventually are going to try and have most of our troopers, at least the ones that qualify, to become psionically active. There is something to be said for covering fire as well, though. Do we want to go offensive or defensive? Because you could go executioner and then aggression. And then say, like, Deadeye. You know what? We should have one Deadeye guy. And I think execution, aggression, Deadeye would actually be considerably better. We already have one guy who's set up for covering fire. So you know what? Let's make Edgar Allan Poe sort of our offensive infantryman. He's the one who's going to go out because it's perfect fit for Edgar. I mean, he's coming through walls. He's breaking down the doors of perception. He's cutting new ground. He's making it a brave new world, both poetically and clearly as an infantry trooper. He's going to go out and cut down flyers for us. I like it. PFC Dolly Ross. Oh, Dolly. I think I'm going to have to make you a Rocketeer, Dolly. As much as I don't want to make another Rocketeer, I you know what, let's see what other class we got. What is Ferreira? Also weapons, and remarkably shittier. So, you know what, you're going to get the Rocketeer job. Sorry, Ferreira, but I don't like Rocketeers. And I'm not wasting a trooper who's as good as old Dolly Ross here. Dolly is looking solid. Apart from having a punishingly low willpower, she is in all other categories a fine trooper, and she will make... She's kind of slow. I was actually going to say she'd make an excellent gunner, but with that low foot speed, she's not going to be very good. She wouldn't be a very good assault or scout either. I was thinking about doing a little random subclass action here, but Dolly's going to be bad at that as well. We can always just make her a stability gunner, just kind of a sit-in-place gunner, and I think that's exactly what we're going to do, so... There we go. Oh, and Margie... Old Maggie T picking up a promo as well, which reminds me, we actually have to do some nicknaming. I actually had a trooper got promoted last turn that I know I forgot to nickname. Shredder ammo. I wouldn't mind having at least one gunner with Shredder ammo, because I do like Shredder, but I really think heat ammo is going to be the better way to go, especially given my lack of Rocketeers. Some of the flying enemies late in the game can be problematic, and heat ammo will go a long way to combating that, so... That's fine. One thing we are going to do then for Sectoid Corpses, 2 Illyrium, 15 alloys, weapon fragments meld, 2 flight computers. Wow, that's actually a coup. Quite nice. Alright. But we'll go ahead and head over to the barracks here. We've got a little time. We can get a couple nicknames taken care of. Let's see. Maggie T was one of them. Ah, Mary Shelley was the other, actually. I do really like the nickname Nyx for Mary Shelley, because if anything, she has nixed a bunch of our foes, but... It's just not entirely appropriate for the mother of monsters. I mean, she did write Frankenstein, the modern Prometheus, and I think it's because she is the Prometheus. She's the mother of monsters. She's the giver of life and spark. And when it comes to the aliens, she's definitely stealing the fucking fire from the gods and putting it to some alien asses. Bunch of tails running away from her, singed with her fiery bullets. So Prometheus doubly appropriate, both from a primogenitor standpoint and also... that of the bringer of fire and pain to our enemies. Although technically if we were talking about pain, we should probably make it Mary Epimetheus Shelley. Epimetheus, Prometheus's considerably lesser known brother who actually was responsible for opening Pandora's box and letting death out into the world. But I digress. So let's get Mary Shelley taken care of. Where is Margaret Thatcher? You know, Breaker is actually a pretty damn good nickname for Maggie T as well. It's pretty good, but yeah, it's going to be Maggie Iron Lady Thatcher. It was always Maggie Iron Lady Thatcher. She was the Iron Lady, and she has been harder than steel for us, so I have no problem giving her the appropriate moniker. The Iron Lady has joined our crew. I, for one, am glad to see Margaret Thatcher fully promoted and on board, and we should have a covert operation coming up sometime in the very near future, should we not? What's the time differential on that? Covert op 4 days. So, you know, I was thinking that probably would be our next mission, but perhaps not. We'll have to wait and see. So, on that little bit, tiny cliffhanger at least, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more XCOM on a daily basis, consider subscribing as well. We post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.